Current economic situation of Malaysia. Malaysia's economy is currently one of the most developed in Southeast Asia, characterized by high diversification across industrial production, services, and finance. It is also one of the most open economies with a high average income in the region. Here are some highlights about the current economic situation in Malaysia. 1. Economic growth. GDP growth rate. Malaysia has maintained a stable growth rate of 4 to 5% before the COVID-19 pandemic. In the post-pandemic period, the Malaysian economy has gradually recovered thanks to flexible economic policies and government support measures. In 2023, the economic growth rate is estimated to be around 4 to 5%, driven by domestic consumption, exports, and investment. Industry and exports. Malaysia is one of the major industrial manufacturing centers in Southeast Asia, with key sectors including electronics, oil and gas, and automotive. Exports of electronic products and oil and gas are crucial for economic growth, with major markets such as China, the USA, and the European Union. 2. Economic diversification. Service sector. Services account for approximately 55 to 60% of Malaysia's GDP, with strong development in finance, tourism, and retail. Kuala Lumpur is a regional financial hub, attracting many international banks and businesses to invest in financial and insurance services, agriculture, and palm oil. Although it only accounts for a small percentage of GDP, around 8%, agriculture, particularly palm oil production, remains an important sector. Malaysia is one of the largest palm oil producers in the world, second only to Indonesia, and palm oil exports contribute significantly to foreign exchange earnings. 3. Foreign direct investment, FDI, and international trade. FDI. Malaysia is an attractive destination for foreign investment due to its favorable geographical location, developed infrastructure, and open policies towards foreign businesses. Sectors such as industrial manufacturing, high technology, and financial services are attractive to investors from China, Japan, and Western countries. International trade. Malaysia is a strong export economy with extensive trade relations globally. Major exports include electronics, liquefied natural gas, LNG, crude oil, and palm oil. Thanks to free trade agreements such as the CPTP and RCEP, Malaysia benefits from expanding international markets. 4. Inflation and fiscal policy. Inflation. Despite being affected by the pandemic and rising global commodity prices, Malaysia has maintained relatively stable inflation, around 3 to 4% in 2023. The government has implemented fiscal and monetary measures to control prices and support the economy, especially for low-income groups. Fiscal policy. The Malaysian government continues to invest heavily in public infrastructure, education, and healthcare, while also promoting consumer stimulus programs to recover the economy after the pandemic. However, rising public debt and budget deficits pose significant challenges to maintaining national financial stability. 5. Tourism and the impact of COVID-19. Tourism sector. Before the pandemic, tourism contributed about 12% of Malaysia's GDP. Kuala Lumpur, Langkawi, and Penang are popular destinations attracting millions of international tourists. However, the COVID-19 pandemic severely impacted the tourism sector. In 2023, Malaysia is striving to recover this sector, especially with tourism promotion campaigns and the lifting of travel restrictions. Challenges and opportunities. Climate change and natural resources. As a country rich in natural resources, Malaysia faces challenges in balancing economic development and environmental protection. Policies on forest management, oil and gas extraction, and land use are being reviewed for more sustainable development. Economic structural reform. Malaysia has been promoting structural reforms to reduce dependence on natural resources and shift towards high tech, digital, and service sectors. This presents an opportunity for Malaysia to enhance its competitiveness in the era of Industry 4.0 and global digitization. Conclusion: the current Malaysian economy is highly diversified, with strong development in both manufacturing and services. Despite facing challenges such as public debt and dependence on resource exports, Malaysia is on the path to recovery and continues to push for reforms aimed at sustainable development, increasing its position in the region and globally.